welcome back to Off the Page with Keira. It is, I don't know, day 14, 13, who knows? All I know is that we are moving up on this, okay? I've been doing it every night, even when I don't want to. And I'm pretty sure every night I don't want to because I'm just really tired and these days are very long. And I don't know, maybe I should try and do these not at nighttime. That's an idea. How about tomorrow? I'm going to do it in the middle of the day. Then I'll look pretty for you. That'd be nice. But also there's just like something really cozy about nighttime. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Today we ran our very first author threshold workshop. So I've been running webinars every month, every 4 to 6 weeks for the last 2 years. And then I decided I was going to start running them weekly. Pretty much, it's just always full send over here. And every 6 weeks was a full send at first. Like 2 years ago, to do a webinar every 6 weeks was a full send. And then when I started doing them every 4 weeks, that felt really intense. And then, I don't know, now it just feels easy. Now it's like, sure, we just run a webinar every single week. But today was a brand new webinar. So that made me restructure, like, how am I going to do this? This is a new concept, a new topic. And so I went to bed using my favorite method, which is putting my head on the pillow. My eyes are closed. I'm about to fall asleep, and I put up this prayer to God. I also put the prayer to God in my prayer corner before I made it to my bed. So double prayers. Sometimes I think double prayers might work better. Who knows, right? But I said, hey, God, I need you to show me exactly what needs to happen in this workshop. So I got up this morning and I was supposed to be on a sales training. I have this epic sales coach and I was supposed to be on her training at 9. And my body was like, no, we're going to bathe your nervous system this morning. And so I skipped that call and I took a nice hot bath. And while I was in the bath, yes, I took a bath at 9 a.m. When I was in the bath, I started just speaking out all the visions that I had for this webinar and all the things that I actually have known. Like, I'm not like coming up with new ideas. Like, I have helped hundreds of authors write their books, and every single one of them, I've watched the need to claim the authorship. And if they don't claim it, then the book just doesn't come through. And if they claim it, then the book comes through so easy, right? And so it's not like I was coming up with new ideas. It was just like, how do I teach this in a digestible manner in 90 minutes? And so as I sat in the bath, I just really like talked through ideas. And then my body was like, and now you're going to go to nervous system reset. So I went to nervous system reset, which is this cute little, I always say that God told some guy named Joe, literally his name is Joe, to build a nervous system reset. What do we want to call it? A spa, I guess. It's got red light therapy. It's got saunas. It has a waterbed, massage chairs, salt rooms, right here in my tiny little farm town, like, for me. So thank you, Joe. Thanks for listening to God and building a nervous system reset place for me. Because, why do I say it's just for me? Because I go almost 4 times a week, sometimes every day. And 3 times in the last, how long has it been? 15 months that I've been going there, I have seen people 3 times. Otherwise, it's just me. I've really never seen other people at this place. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is just my place. And it's like my favorite thing ever. Because nervous system reset is my favorite thing. It's how I manage. It's how I build company and raise all these people and never, feels like I never stop. But I actually do. Like, if we really were to go through my days, I am implementing nervous system reset multiple times. And so today was just like a deep, like 2.5 hours of like hot bath. Then I went to the nervous system reset. I sat in the sauna for 30 minutes and just downloaded, like spoke into my phone, downloaded the whole workshop. And then I went into the salt room and I got on a call with Mona and Nikki, and we planned out the whole thing that needs to happen when I speak on the stage in Nashville in 3 weeks. So did my salt room while I did my meeting with my team. And then I came home and really just feeling so damn good. And I always say I want my nervous system to feel like butter, like just like soft and just rich. And so I felt like butter. And then I was able to run the webinar today. And by all means, it went well, right? Like it did. Like sound was great. We had people join us in Author Made, which is this like amazing program. But it was like not what I wanted it to be, right? Like I knew, like I could feel what I want it to be. And it was just, it felt like it wasn't all the way there. And I'll tell you, old Keira, 3 years ago Keira, that would have made her collapse. But new, like this Keira, whatever this version is, I'm just like, rad. Let's make it better next time. Let's make it better next time. Like next time it'll get a little bit more powerful. Next time I'm going to land these ideas a little bit better. Next time I'm going to make this so digestible that everyone's lives change. That's my that's my floor. Right? And so it wasn't like, oh, I didn't present well, like whatever, like I didn't mess up, like it was fine. On all accounts, it was amazing. But like, I know what I am capable of, and I know I can make this land even deeper. I want people's lives to change after 90 minutes. Like they're going to come in one way and they're going to leave different. That is what I want. So I get a little competitive with myself on like, how do we make this better? And so I'm excited. So we'll do it again next week and it's going to be better. And what's cool is that after I did the webinar, I ate lunch really quick and then I went to Starbucks. So Starbucks is like my second part of the day. So I do all my Zoom calls here. I have this beautiful office, do all my Zoom calls here. And then as soon as Zoom calls are done, I have like an hour before I have to go pick up kids from school. So I head straight to Starbucks. I have my own little table at Starbucks. They all know my name. They all know my order. I order the same damn thing every time. Chai latte with oat milk hot. Done, right? Like it's just my favorite thing on the actual planet. So I just walk in, they just make the order. I sit down and I do all my back end stuff. Follow up on sales, follow up emails, like all the things that need to be done happens at Starbucks. It's just my zone, right? And so I went to Starbucks and I got on a call with this man who's helping me find some setters and some sales reps. Because right now, on top of running the whole company, on top of coaching 6 hours a day, on top of running webinars, on top of making ads, on top of doing all my social media, I am also the sales rep right now. And so I met with this guy. I think he's the perfect fit. He's got amazing women that he's trained in sales. And so we had a great call. I think we're going to bring one of them on to help support me in sales so I can be more available for authors. That felt really good. So then I went into Starbucks and anyways, I'm just making the emails that are going to go out to all the people who came to the workshop, got it teed up, got it perfect, went over it like probably 15 times, making it just like, I'm so particular with words. I think words are everything, and words will find their way into people's hearts when you put it a certain way. It's such a magical science, the science of words and the science of how you place them together and how they make people feel. And anyways, I'm very particular about my emails. So I just really gave this a lot of time. And then I went and picked up my son. And this is where all the magic happened today. So I still have this constant prayer. So I have like prayer is like the rhythm of my days, right? So when I say that, it's kind of like if you were to think of like an orchestra and like there's like this rhythm, there's just always playing. And then there's like all these instruments that are playing on top of it, but the rhythm is just steady. And for me, that is what my communication with God is. It's just like like every day, that is the rhythm all the way throughout the day. And so today, like the rhythm of prayer was like, God, show me how to make these webinars better. Like, God, show me how I can help authors claim this identity so that they can write the books that they were called to write. So that prayer was just there. So we're in the car, me and Jones, and today was his first day wearing glasses. So he just got his eyes checked the last time he was with me. So I guess that would be 2 weeks ago. And we just got his glasses on Monday night, last night. So he wore his glasses to school today. And he gets in the car and he's 11, right? And he just starts speaking and he's like, I just can't believe I was blind. I didn't know I couldn't see. Like, no one told me. It gets me emotional because it was like so profound what he was saying. He was like, no one told me how the world really looks. And he said, it's so interesting because I used to have perfect vision, but like my vision didn't get bad overnight. My vision just slowly got bad. And so I became used to it because it was such a slow progression of blurriness. And as he was speaking, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the core teaching of my webinar. Like, this is it. Like, oh my gosh, like you just brought it in. And then it goes deeper and he's just like talking about, he's like, see that sign over there, Mom? Like, I can see that it says the word frontier, but with my glasses on, I see that there's red words underneath it that say something. Without my glasses on, I don't even see the red words. I don't even see that there are words. And he was like, it's so crazy to me that there has been words there the whole time, and I never knew they existed because I couldn't see. It's like I'm sitting there and I just start crying. I'm like, Jones, you just gave me the best analogy in the whole world for my webinars. Like, you just gave me the core truth. Like, this is what it is. It's like, this is what it means to understand an identity shift. When you can't see, like, this is the only world you know. And if I can help people see, they can never unsee again. Like, this is the work. And so then I like speak all of this into ChatGPT while he's listening. And then I have her like pull this all together. And it was like this really beautiful moment where it was like me and Jones like co-created this whole webinar together. And he was like, oh my gosh, this was the perfect message for your work. And I'm like, I know. It was crazy. It was such an amazing moment. And I just felt like it was the first time I had a child like participate in my work with me. It was so beautiful. This was like a really amazing moment today. And then he got to play football. I got to hold my sweet little niece, and she's just like the joy of my life. This little niece of mine she's just like the brightest sunshine that has ever been. And she's only 18 months. And when she hugs me, like she just hugs me like I am the greatest thing that's ever lived. And so she was such a joy for me. And then tonight I got to take my 16-year-old out. We had a little mom and son date. We went to our favorite farm store. And it's a funny little store. It's got all the odds and ends, and it's a strange place, but we love it. And it reminds me of my favorite time in my life. And I've had a lot of great times, right? Taking kids to Japan. I've lived on a private island for how many times? 5 times. I've gone to Costa Rica a million times, and I've just lived great things. But my favorite part of my life was when I had 5 kids under the age of 10. Yes, I birthed children for a decade. When I had 5 kids under the age of 10, and we had to move in with my parents. How old was I? I don't know, 33 or something, moving in with my parents again. And my dad was like, you guys cannot live here in the summer. This is just it's too hectic. It was so hectic. And so my parents owned a cabin 4 hours from Gilbert, Arizona, up in the White Mountains of Arizona. And my dad said, you can go live at the cabin for the summer. And at first I was like, what? I have to live in a cabin by myself with 5 kids, 10 and under. Like Jones was 6 months. Like I was nursing still. Like, and we moved to that cabin, me and my children, by myself. Those were the greatest days of my life. We would go to this little farm store every day. And they would get treats, and we would rent VHS videos because there was a VHS TV at the cabin. And every day we would go out and we would play in the rivers and catch snakes and go for hikes. And those were the greatest days of my actual life. And I was scared to death at night, you know, like we were literally in the middle of nowhere. Like this cabin is in the middle of nowhere. Like there really are no neighbors. We're just in the middle of the actual ones. It's just me and my 5 kids. And there was this one time where we were driving. And, you know, I had a 12-seater van. That was what I drove, the Amazon white van. And we were driving and I see this beautiful wooded space. We drove by it every day. And I was like, we've never hiked in that mountain. What the hell was I thinking? So I take all of my kids. Mind you, Jones is 6 months. Kayla is 10. They're all little, right? Like I have a 6-month-old. I have a 3-year-old. I have a 5-year-old, I have a 7-year-old, I have a 10-year-old, like they're all little. And we decided to go hiking into this wooded area. We're like deep in, right? We are like deep in the woods. And then we heard a growl and the earth shook from this growl. And I knew it was a bear. And I picked up, I remember, I picked up Jones and I picked up Presley, and I'm just like, run! We are booking it out of this mountain. And we make it to the van. And I just remember being like, nobody knows where we are. Like, I'm not calling. I was married at the time. I wasn't calling my husband and telling him like, hey, I'm taking the kids into the middle of the mountains today. Like no one ever knew where we were. And I just walking along. Oh my gosh, we are on a ADD train tonight, but we're going to stay here for a minute. So the reason why I'm telling you about this is because this farm store in Star, Idaho reminds us of this farm store in Greer, Arizona that we would go to every day. And so tonight when we were walking into this cute little store here in Idaho, I was like, Beck, this just reminds me of when we lived in the mountains. And he was like, I know. It's just like the best, right? So since we're here, because we'll probably never talk about this story again. 2 of my other favorite stories when I lived in the mountains, and I actually did it for 2 years in a row. So I lived 1 whole summer there. And then the next year I went back and I lived another summer with them there. But one time I decided that I was going to take them. There's like this river at the base of Mount Baldy. And you like hike up, and obviously we didn't go to the top of Mount Baldy because that's a hike. But I was like, let's just go for a walk by the river today. And that's just what we did every day, right? Like it was just like another adventure. And, you know, I've got all my kids, and my boys were wild boys. So it's not like they were all just walking in a line. Like they're doing like cartwheels and they're like punching each other. And, you know, there's just like a lot of energy, but it's fine. We're outside, like be loud. It's fine. And we're alone on this path, and I haven't seen anybody else walking on this path, and I'm not even afraid. I'm not even worried, right? Because I'm just la-di-da, la-di-da. And then this literal crazy man shows up out of nowhere. He's like been on the path, and he starts walking to us, and he starts saying crazy things. Like he actually feels like he's psychotic, and he's like saying crazy things. And I'm all, oh no. And like for that, all of a sudden I'm like, this isn't safe. Like, what am I actually doing? I am in the middle of nowhere with no cell reception. No one on the planet knows that I went to Mount Baldy today with my 5 children. And now we are on a path with a psycho man. What are we going to do? So all of a sudden I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? I'm like, hey guys, it's about to rain. And so I want to see who can make it back to the van the fastest. And whoever does is going to get a treat at the farm store, right? So everyone starts booking it. And I mean, we are running at sprint level, okay? Because I'm like, it's gonna rain. And it wasn't, but sure enough, they're all little. They believe me, right? So we make it to the van. We literally get in the van, the door shut. And I mean, we were sprinting. And standing at the edge of the path was this psycho man looking at us. And I was like, oh my gosh, that means he was sprinting after us. So that day I bought some mace. and that was the end of our scary stories. The scary psycho man and the bear. Other than that, we have the best stories ever. Like one time they caught 40 snakes and we had a whole bucket full of snakes. And I remember the day that we had to go back home. And so they let go of all 40 snakes. And that felt like a bit of a thriller movie when I stood on the hill of our mountain and watched 40 snakes just be released onto the land. It was disgusting. And every day they had snake bites. Like these boys were just fearless. They just always had snake bites. Always. These bites were just, those snakes were just always biting them. And that was our life. There's just a lot of snake bites and a lot of just wandering through the wilderness together. One of my favorite memories was our second summer there. We had a dog. And she was so great. And she lived with us at the cabin. Her name was Nova. And the house was on a hill and it went all the way down to this little pond, and we would cross the pond every day and we'd walk over to these other houses, and they had a tree swing. And so we would go up there probably every day and we would just do this tree swing. And it was just so much fun. It was like the best rope swing of all time. And one day we're at the rope swing and we're swinging and taking turns, and Nova, our dog, is up the hill from the tree swing and she is just losing her mind. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is going on with her? So I go up the hill, and there where Nova is circling is a newborn baby elk, like blood still on her. And clearly Nova had chased the mother away. And like this baby has never even stood up. Like this baby is just on the ground, freshly birthed. And so I'm like freaking out because my dog is like scaring the heck out of this baby elk. And so I ask my boys to contain Nova, and then I like go up to this baby elk, and she's huge. Like baby elks are not tiny. It was big. And I place my hands underneath her belly and I pick her up to full standing. And I like take her first steps with her, and I can feel like her legs are so wobbly. And it was just like this moment of like the most sacred like union with nature and God and like my children. And we're like watching this baby elk just take her first steps. And then we just like push her into the wilderness and hope that her mother was going to come and find her, which I'm sure she did. But it was like one of the most sacred moments of my life to walk with this baby elk for the first few steps and to just experience it with my children. And like this was the best times of my life, was raising my children in the middle of the woods. And sometimes I ache for those days. I really do. But I'm so grateful I had them. And I'm so grateful I got to be a stay-at-home mother during those times, because there's so much that I feel like as a working mother I miss now. And I'm so grateful that we had months and months. I mean, 4 months of their life was spent 2 years in a row, 2 months and 2 months living in the mountains with me. And one of my favorite memories was we would sit on the top porch of this cabin in the middle of a summer monsoon. And if you're from Arizona, monsoons are so magical, especially in the White Mountains. And this cabin lives in the middle of a canyon. And so these huge thunder rolls would come through the canyon, and like the monsoon rain is like thick, like the drops are very thick and warm. And we would sit at nighttime when a storm would roll through, just me and my 5 children. Just like in my arms. We would listen to the thunder and the rain coming down. And like, these are the moments that are like etched into my heart. And I'm so grateful. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to be telling these stories. Whoever's gonna watch these, and I don't know why you would even care, but I don't even care. Like, may they be remembered, because these were the greatest times. My favorite is we had a hummingbird feeder on the porch, and we would sit on that porch, and we had 40 hummingbirds who would come all day long. And so we would have this journal. We would name each hummingbird based off of the color that it was, and we would know the names of the hummingbirds. And we had both summers, we had a baby bird be born on the nest of our porch. And so every day we would come out and we would see the little baby bird like peek open her mouth, and the mom would feed her, and we would just like watch this. And I remember one time, after watching the baby bird every day, we came out one day and she had fallen from the nest and died. And I remember just the grief that we felt. This baby bird, and we picked her up, and we buried her. But it was a very sad time. But like, how beautiful are these moments? Like, I just feel so lucky. And so I felt like that moment tonight. When we were going to this farm town tonight. It's called the Lazy Trout. That's what the store is called in Greer, Arizona. And when we were walking into Bi-Mart tonight, Beck was like, this is like when we would go to the Lazy Trout every day. And I was like, I know. These were the best of times. And so, anyways, thanks for letting me go down memory lane tonight. I think my heart is just tender because my kids are just all leaving. And it's like the deepest grief. Like, Eli is going to be 19 in a few weeks, and he's never ever home. And sleeps over at his friends all the time, and this is most likely going to be moving out soon. And Beck, he gets his license in 2 weeks, and we all know that when our kids get their license, like, they just aren't ever home. And it feels like it just happened so fast. And so it was really beautiful to like take you through these memories tonight, because it feels as though those days have moved so fast, and now they're all growing, and it's just not the same life, right? Like, I am now a single mom who works every day, and yet we still find time to have adventures. And probably my favorite part tonight was after we went to Bi-Mart, Beck went with me to the nervous system reset place, and we both sat in massage chairs, and he just talked to me for like 40 minutes. And I just treasure these moments. And as much as I love being a CEO, and I am obsessed with business and helping authors write books, and I get a lot of thrill from taking wild risks, I am a mother, and I am so grateful to be a mother. And I'm so grateful that I had these children. And even though life didn't end up the way I expected, I didn't see myself being divorced at 43. I know that the path I took in marrying their father was the right path, because it brought me them. They are my greatest, they are my greatest creations, but they are my greatest joy. And I am grateful to be a mother. So tonight, thank you for walking that with me. I hope that you sleep well and that you place up a prayer to God before you close your eyes, and that in the morning that you receive. And I will see you tomorrow.